Alright, let's break this down. For the longest time, the world's main impression of India was a little one-dimensional. It was a backdrop for a British period drama, or the place your college roommate went to find themselves. But something shifted. Suddenly, India isn't just on the map, it's drawing the map. The culture is no longer a niche interest, it has gone fully, completely mainstream. You can't escape it. You walk down a street in Los Angeles and what do you see? A yoga studio, a chai bar, and a billboard for a new Mindy Kaling show. You turn on the TV. Padma Lakshmi is judging your food. Lily Singh is cracking jokes. It's a full-blown cultural takeover. This isn't some accident. Decades of slow-burn influence finally hit a tipping point. Think about it. Let's start with the gateway drug to Indian culture, yoga. Yes, I'm talking about the billion-dollar industry that has your aunt paying $30 a class to say namaste in Lululemon pants. But before it was a luxury workout, it was a 5,000-year-old spiritual practice from India. For centuries, it was about connecting the mind, body, and spirit. Then, a few swamis, like Vivekananda B.K.S. Iyengar, brought these ideas to the West. At first it was niche. It was for hippies, the Beatles. But slowly, it started to catch on. People realized that stretching and breathing could actually make them feel less crazy. And in our overworked, over-caffeinated world, that's a superpower. Then came the celebrity endorsements. Madonna started talking about Ashtanga in the 90s. Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop. Suddenly yoga wasn't just for spiritual seekers, it was for A-listers. Every gym from Tokyo, Toronto had to have a yoga class. It became the official wellness practice of the global elite. Calm, Headspace, which are basically meditation for people who get bored easily, have raised hundreds of millions teaching techniques practiced in India for millennia. Okay, let's talk about the next frontier of India's global takeover, your kitchen. For a long time, Indian food in the West meant one thing, chicken tikka masala, which by the way, was probably invented in Glasgow. It was the safe option. But now, the game has completely changed. Indian restaurants are popping up everywhere, and they're not just serving the classics, they're getting Michelin stars. They're doing fusion. They're showing the world that Indian cuisine is way more than just curry. It's the dosas of the South. It's the kebabs of the North. It's the street food of Mumbai. It's the fish curries of Goa. It's a continent of flavor. And the world is finally getting a taste. But the real sign of the Indian food invasion isn't just in restaurants. It's in your local grocery store. Walk down the aisles. You'll see ghee being sold as a high-end, keto-friendly alternative to butter. You'll see turmeric, our beloved haldi, being rebranded as a golden spice. You'll see it put into everything like lattes, and even face masks. These aren't new discoveries. My grandma has been telling me to drink haldi doodh for my entire life. But now it's called a turmeric latte. It costs $7. And it's being sold to you by a wellness blogger named Sky. The world has discovered what Indians have known for centuries. Our spices aren't just for flavor, they're medicine. This shift is partly thanks to a new generation of Indian chefs and food writers who are reclaiming the narrative. People like Priya Krishna with her cookbook Indianish are showing that Indian food can be accessible, modern, and fit into a busy Western lifestyle. They're breaking down techniques and making it fun. People aren't just eating Indian food, they're cooking it. They're learning the difference between cumin and coriander. They're making their own chai from scratch, instead of buying the powdered stuff. They're realizing that a simple dal and rice can be one of the most comforting meals on the planet. Now, let's talk about the industry with more drama than your family's WhatsApp group. Bollywood. For decades, Bollywood was a punchline in the West. It was all about over-the-top song and dance numbers, dramatic plot twists, and movies that were 3 hours long. It was seen as a quirky, regional phenomenon. But then, something crazy happened. The world started paying attention. It began with movies like Lagan getting an Oscar nomination, then Slumdog Millionaire, a British film, but with an all-Indian cast and setting, won Best Picture. Suddenly, the world was curious. The real game changer though, streaming. Platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime Video blew the doors wide open. It was right there on your home screen next to Stranger Things and The Crown. And people started clicking. They watched films like RRR and their minds were blown. They saw action sequences that defied physics, dance numbers with insane choreography, and stories about friendship and revolution that were universal. RRR didn't just get a niche following, it won an Oscar for Natu Natu, a song so infectious it had Hollywood A-listers tapping their feet. And it's not just the movies, it's the stars. Shah Rukh Khan has been one of the biggest movie stars in the world for decades, with a fan base from Germany to Peru. Priyanka Chopra Jonas and Deepika Padukone are global icons. So, what's the appeal? Bollywood tells stories with heart, about love, family, and community. The music isn't just a soundtrack, it's part of the storytelling. It's a full-body experience. Netflix is pouring millions into Indian originals, from Sacred Games to Fabulous Lives, and your watch list will never be the same. Let's move on to the runway. Look at this modern, elegant sari on a high-fashion runway. For years, the only Indian thing you'd see in Western fashion was maybe some paisley print, which, let's be honest, they probably thought was from Persia. But now, Indian aesthetics, what the kids call desi, drip, are everywhere. It's not just inspiration, it's a full-on collaboration. You'll see stars wearing custom creations by Indian designers, Sabyasachi, Gaurav Gupta. Intricate embroidery, rich textiles, dramatic silhouettes are taking center stage. The influence goes beyond haute couture. Walk into fast fashion and you'll see the fingerprints of Indian design. Block-printed kurtas sold as boho tunics, mirrorwork on denim, jhumka-style earrings as chandeliers. Indian craftsmanship, perfected over centuries, drives global trends. Rich color palettes, detailed handiwork, and comfortable, breathable fabrics. It's timeless and incredibly Instagrammable. And then there's the beauty industry. Remember turmeric lattes? The same thing happened to our grandma's beauty secret. Ayurveda is the new buzzword. Brands are launching entire lines using neem, ashwagandha, sandalwood. Hair oiling, a ritual every Indian kid grew up with, is now a viral trend. The standard was Western. Now the world looks to India for bold colors, intricate details, and a holistic, natural approach to beauty. Glamour rooted in tradition and nature. So next time you see someone rocking a nose ring or putting turmeric on their face, just know India did it first. And honestly, it probably looked better on my nani. Alright, let's get spiritual. Remember the stereotype of the Westerner going to India to find themselves? It's still happening. With a 21st century upgrade, it's no longer just hippies, burnt-out tech executives, stressed-out creatives, and overworked millennials. They're flocking to ashrams in Rishikesh and Kerala for something precious, a digital detox. They're trading smartphones for silence, Slack notifications for spirituality, endless scrolling for soul-searching. The routine is simple: yoga at sunrise, meditation, healthy vegetarian meals, philosophical lectures, community service, no Wi-Fi password, no pressure to post. It's the ultimate reset. People go in frazzled, come out with the ashram glow-up. Calm, clarity, purpose. Yes, there's eat, pray, love, but it goes beyond that. Even Steve Jobs sought inspiration in India, shaping minimalist intuitive design back home. India's ancient wisdom can catalyze modern innovation. Today, the quest is relevant. Balance in an unbalanced world, an antidote to digital addiction. India offers a blueprint for a more meaningful life, selling peace of mind, the ultimate luxury good. The ashram isn't escape, it's learning to live better, and all it costs is a plane ticket and your Twitter password. Let's pivot from the spiritual to the digital. The same country that's exporting ancient wellness is also running the tech world. It's a wild paradox. Think about it. Who runs Google? Sundar Pichai. Who runs Microsoft? Satya Nadella. Who was the CEO of Twitter? Parag Agrawal. The list goes on. The C-suites of Silicon Valley look like an IIT reunion. Indians are not just coding the future, they are leading it. These tech titans are deeply connected to their roots. Cricket teaching leadership, humble upbringings, shaping world view. They bridge algorithms, and Arti. You don't have to choose between tradition and progress. You can have both. Be a world-class engineer who knows the Mahabharata. Build AI and still touch your parents' feet as respect. It's a synthesis. That balance powers the diaspora. Global skills plus cultural foundation, resilience, community, perspective. The Silicon Valley Sanskriti connection shows being modern doesn't mean erasing your past. Identity is strength. In a globalized age, India's way is to be both global and local, forward-thinking and deeply rooted. For a long time, if you were a second-generation Indian kid growing up in the West, your relationship with your culture was complicated. You were embarrassed by the smelly food. You dreaded wearing a kurta on Culture Day. You just wanted to fit in. But now, that is completely flipped. There's a new wave of brown pride across the diaspora. Indian weddings are epic, multi-day events. The Sangeet is a full-blown production. Choreographed dances going viral on TikTok. People proudly wear Indian clothes to prom. They're blasting Diljit Dosanjh at parties. They're launching businesses with modern spins on Indian products. They're telling their own stories. Artists, writers, filmmakers, influencers. In 2023, Diljit Dosanjh performed at Coachella, in traditional attire, singing Punjabi, and the crowd went wild. This reclamation is authentic, community-driven, a virtuous cycle. More visibility, more pride, more visibility. It's a beautiful thing to watch. The kids are all right, and they're really proud to be brown. So, let's bring it all home. The yoga, the food, the movies, the tech CEOs, the cultural pride. What does all this add up to? It adds up to something called soft power. It's the ability to influence not through force, but through the appeal of culture, values, and ideas. Right now, India's soft power is off the charts. Ancient wisdom and modern innovation, a bridge between East and West. A place of vibrant diversity, hundreds of languages, multiple religions, cuisines, textiles, art forms, all coexisting. In a polarized world, India stands as a powerful, if imperfect, example of pluralism. It offers meaning and connection, the community of Bollywood, the depth of meditation, the joy of Diwali and Holi. It emphasizes relationships and shared experiences, a counterbalance to hyper-individualism. India's rise is a story of confidence and authenticity, comfortable being India. From the yoga mat to the boardroom, from the kitchen to the cinema, its influence makes life more colorful, more flavorful, and a little more mindful. And the best part? This is just the opening act. The main event is yet to come.